Okay, here we go. Let's wait for at least few people join. Let's wait for few people so that it doesn't feel like I'm talking to myself. Yeah, usually I'm not nervous, but this is first time I'm doing like formal Instagram live session, so kind of nervous. I would be lying if I say I'm not. So there are butterflies, but yeah, I'm also excited. We are going to have this informal talk with Amogh soon, and yeah, he'll join us soon. And once he's here, we'll start with things. Hi, I see a lot of people joining, a lot of known faces. Yeah. I think Amogh is here. Okay. So like I said, this Insta thing is new for me. I don't know if I think I are loading, but okay. I think it's working now. Hi, Amogh. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. How are you feeling? Like I'm a bit nervous actually, but how are you feeling? Nice,
Good,
nice.
good, good. I'm
Doing
feeling
well,
good.
better than yesterday.
Yeah,
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 awesome, awesome.
yeah. Thanks for
Yeah, so
asking.
for people who joined, yeah, I just wanted to have this informal talk with Amog and he accepted it. But Amog, let me give you the reason why I wanted to have this because you didn't ask, but I think you deserve to know. So basically, there's this book called Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Neil
Okay, you have
deGrasse
heard
Tyson.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So it's basically like, yeah,
I've
Neil
also read
deGrasse
about it.
Tyson
Yeah.
is this famous astrophysicist, and this book is basically for people who don't have a lot of time to invest and learn about astrophysics. So he's explained everything in layman terms in a very light manner, and I wanted basically to, yeah, basically have this interview be about that, probably for spirituality, life, or books in general. Yeah, how does it sound?
Amazing, amazing. Actually, he's one of my mentors too. I've learned
Yeah,
so much from
great
the
man, great
master.
man. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, actually thinking about it, spirituality for people in a hurry. Can be your second book. Think about it. Yeah,
if
yeah.
that
With
happens.
that, let me welcome you officially. Welcome to the Venki vibe. I just came up
Thank you,
with
thank you.
that name because it had a nice ring to it. So where we are going to explore life's rhythms and yeah, for the people who have joined, let me give a table of contents for you. So we'll first get to know about
Oh,
and yeah, we'll learn about his spiritual journey, about his book On My Way to Infinity. Yeah, I have few questions. Yeah, about his poems, and then there are a couple of audience questions. My friends who wanted me to ask. Who wanted me to ask few questions to Amog. We'll have that, and then there is fun rapid fire round. Yeah, I'm going full on with this.
oh,
Finally, we'll end with a jam session where Amog is going to sing for us, and yours truly will play guitar. So everyone, stay back. I promise you, it's going to be fun. So Amog, let's begin. ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್
ಖಂಡಿತ.
ಕ್ವಶನ್ ತುಂಬಾ
Sure.
ಸುಲಭವಾದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಅಮೋಘ್? ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ 3 marks ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡು.
Okay, 3 marks question. ಸೊ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಅಮೋಘ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಬರ್ಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವಾಗವಾಗ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ
Yeah.
ಬರಿತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಆಯ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ ಬರೆಯೋ ರೀತಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಈ ಕೈಯಿಂದ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ
Let's not
ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್
talk about
ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್.
that too much. Yeah, I know you're doing your master. Uh, let's like maybe like talk about your upbringing or like back in India where you grew up and things like that, and how easy or difficult was it for you to move to Germany, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Well, my mom is very pious, very spiritual, and my dad is like, I see Neil deGrasse Tyson in him. So completely rational, completely scientific. So finally, this
Mm-hmm.
Amogh came. which is I can say, proper 50-50 blend of those two. And that's what I think made it possible for me to take the decisions this took in different phases of its life. And coming to Germany was very natural, I can say. I never felt homesick, because I've got this sense that I am
Nice.
home. And so somehow, yeah, it was easy, and even thankfully met some beautiful people. Even you met
Thank you.
you, and it's all going
Yeah.
well
So you talked
for me.
about your parents' influence, and that was actually my second question. So without further ado, I just want to talk about when did this spiritual journey start? So you talked about like your parents' influence, be it with meditation or be it with the critical thinking. Were you always into meditation and self-inquiry, or did it happen after, say, a major event? How was it for you?
Well, the environment
Okay.
was set right from the start, because even my grandfather his name is Swamy
Mm-hmm.
Kumara Nijuguna. So he is no more with us in the body, but he left a lasting impact at a very small age, because I used to see him walk his walk. And also mom left that thing, and they set that environment. And maybe when I was 11 or 10 years old, I was first introduced to the Krishna
Okay.
ISKCON. It was books again for
Mm-hmm.
me, reading about Dhruva
Mm-hmm.
and Prahalada. In the Krishna contest, we had to read these small books, no, and we have to give exam. So I think I've got two times
Oh,
number
nice.
one ranking. When I was, I think this was when I was 11 years old, maybe my third or
Mm-hmm.
second standard. Might be wrong with my age, but it was my second or third standard. And so it started then. Yeah, it was very intense, my relationship with Krishna for a while. And then my mom, when I was in the fifth grade, she left me in the hands of Sri Ravi Shankar Guruji. So it's a long journey for me, but there were some events which definitely I have to give them credit, because they just like a catapult. Just everything was fast forwarded after that. And yeah, pretty much that's how it all started,
So
and
it
it's all going.
started pretty early for you. I have like just a general question. Like I said, I want this conversation to be about basically about spirituality for people in a hurry. So how would you define spirituality? And my second question or a follow-up question for that would be, is spirituality only for people who believe in higher power or God, or is it something that even non-believers can follow, or even for people who are agnostic like me?
So I'll start with the second question, because there's the why to it. So actually, a true agnost, what does it mean? Atheist, what does it mean? The one who needs, okay, to put it more simply, because you said for people in a hurry, the one who wants to know and not believe is
Yeah,
called a non-believer, or an
true.
agnostic, or an atheist. So how does one know and not believe? So so this clearly states that there's a difference between knowing
Yeah.
and believing. Believing is putting energy into an idea to believe something from one's own volition. On the other hand, knowing is knowing for a fact that something
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
is. So it's really good. if spirituality is okay, in I can put a simpler word. Spirituality, don't forget
Yeah.
about the word spirituality
Okay.
and put truth to it. And truth as in just a basic urge to find if there is any absolute truth. If can I find it? Can I find it? This
Mhm.
journey itself is what universally is termed or labeled
Yeah.
as this truth is called spirituality. It's also called God. It's also called, in various religions, they call it differently. Different people say differently.
So going back to my
So,
question,
how
if
was the
you have
answer?
to give like one word answer, so do you think it's necessary to
One word
believe in higher power
answer.
or God, or not
Not
necessary?
necessary at all. Belief is not at all
Okay.
necessary. Belief is not at all necessary. That's why I
Okay.
started with that.
Mhm.
Belief is not at all necessary.
Okay. Then spirituality is basically then trying to find this absolute truth that you talked about. Can we say like that, or would it be incorrect?
If
And
there
if
is, first
okay.
finding if there is one, and then trying to go behind it. Just like any
Mm-hmm.
scientific research, use the sword
Yeah.
of discrimination
Mm-hmm.
or discernment, and just like unbiased research of the
Okay.
self or
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah.
Let
Got
me
it. Yeah.
just put it
That
simply,
sounds good.
truth.
Yeah, then I want to talk about your book itself. Why did you feel like you wanted to turn your spiritual journey into a book? What was the main reason?
Well, it all simply happened, I can say. I initially it was speaking for me. I was during my bachelor's time. I was an extraordinary orator. I know this is,
It's okay
sometimes
when you
I
yourself like hype it up like yeah, then we can yeah, imagine you were really yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
very hard
exactly.
for
You are
me
like
to
always this
speak.
humble person. So if you are saying that you're extraordinary orator, I can only imagine. Yeah, awesome.
No, I am saying this with a sense of
Huh.
detachment because there was
Change.
one event which just
Okay,
made me
okay.
mute. I I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't speak. Like literally I couldn't speak. The way even now if I see, of course there's a evolution to my speaking, but uh, I don't see
Yeah.
the same Amogh who was that orator. But even oratory skills are, I feel,
Mm-hmm.
empowered again. But I'm able to say that with a sense of detachment again. That because that event happened, I'm able to see
Mm-hmm.
that Amogh differently and tell that Amogh was a
Mm-hmm.
very good orator. And then I still had a lot of things to
Mm-hmm.
share. And
Mm-hmm.
since I was muted, I had to find
Mm-hmm.
some means to express myself. And I think somehow it turned into the form of
Yeah.
writing. And I started
Mm-hmm.
working on my craft, uh, one step at a time. Lot of shout out to beautiful,
Yeah.
wonderful mentors. I can't tell you if they were not there. If I had not
Mm-hmm.
met them at the right time, my
Yeah.
life would have been
Totally
completely
understand.
different.
So yeah, like the success of an individual is not always an individual success, right? There's whole team behind you. So do you want to maybe talk about the support that you received maybe from your family, friends, or partner? Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, last word was
Yeah.
partner. So without her, I anything, after it's been like 4 years now since we are together, and
Do, do you know your
eh,
wedding date?
23rd
I
January.
tried to create a controversy, but didn't happen. Okay, okay. Please continue.
23rd March. So sorry, 23rd January 2022.
ಅಕ್ಷತ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah. Um,
But yeah, she's been an extraordinary part of everything since we've met. And of course, she is one very big chunk of whatever this is experiencing now. But there are also a lot of people. Actually, in this book, the last poem is acknowledgement's poem, and I thought to make it as concise as possible, and
yeah,
it ended up being 5
like to be
pages.
honest, that was my first reaction as well. Like usually people thank couple of people and end the book, but you have literally thanked so many people. Are like, wow, okay, this is
But I have left maybe 50 more pages of
okay.
people.
Okay.
So it's that's what it's all of their success. It's all of
Mhm.
their stories. It's all of them. Without them, I don't know if this could have even
Mhm.
existed.
Yeah, awesome.
So it's all
Then
of
yeah,
them.
there are a lot of poems, and without any shame, I'll agree. I'll accept the fact that I used to say poems because that's how we like say like growing up, right? But after watching your live sessions, I learned it is poems.
No. It was poems only till I think 2007
Yeah,
or 2008, and then the UK changed the
because they changed
pronunciation.
it because it was too easy. Okay, anyway. Yeah, like I said, there are many poems that I really like, and I think I even messaged you after I read the book that I relate with. So I picked few of them, and I thought maybe that's useful for others as well. I'll just read those poems and maybe share your thoughts on it, or what was your mindset when you wrote about it. So the first one is observing the judgmental, from the chapter Observing the Judgmental. I observe with an open heart. Let judgments not tear me apart. For what I see is just one side, and in my judgment, I often hide. So we are surrounded by judgments. We are surrounded by criticism. There are a lot of critics who love criticizing, and people succumb to this. People often don't even try because they're afraid of the criticism that they're going to receive. So how can one prepare themselves so that they can eliminate this outside noise, or if they can't do it, how can they still yeah, be focused on what they're doing?
Uh, um, I would say as soon as uh, Sam becomes
Mm-hmm.
non-judgmental, what Sally does
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter at all. So, this is saying, right? What Sam says about Sally says more
Yeah.
about Sam than
Yeah.
Sally. So as soon as you um you create that room and space of
Mm-hmm.
non-judgmentality, nothing comes actually. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And this also was, of course, all big shout out to the masters who made me understand it
Mm-hmm.
in such a simple way that I'm able to share this. But I think as soon as that happens, this is
Yeah.
one step. There's one more step. I don't know. For some, it might seem tough, but it is not tough. It's pretty easy. As soon as you use
Mm-hmm.
that sword of discernment, and the more closer you are in your journey of finding the truth, if there's a truth to it, as soon as that happens, somehow there's a sense of uh, the sense of doership
Mm-hmm.
wanes. The sense of doership wanes, and it seems like everything is simply happening. That's the reason why if somebody says
Yeah.
congrats on the book, I just say for what do you call that? For normalized thing, I just say thank you, but deep within, I know this is
Okay.
just happening. So the sense of doership just wanes, and somehow you just somehow you go to the
Yeah.
back seat and enjoy the ride, regardless of. We also enjoy our Hyde Park.
Fun rides, yeah,
Roller
for maybe
coaster rides.
for Indians or Bangaloreans, Wonderla. Or any
Wonderla rides. So somehow it becomes a conscious decision of
yeah.
going on a roller coaster ride and sitting and enjoying ups and downs as it both of them seems like they're flowing
Yeah.
out of grace itself.
Nice. Then I have another poem which is kind of similar, but not similar also. This is from the Anchor, chapter Anchor. Let me find the one that I want to ask. Okay. It's easy to get lost in the wave of life storms and forget my way. But with each inhale and exhale, I find my center without fail. So, yeah, we can agree that life is a journey. So, everyone is taking a path that they want to take. And around this path, we have all these negative things. And what I think people often do is they take a step, they see a negative thing, react to it, get disturbed by it, then they take another step, react to another negative thing. And after a few steps, they don't want to take that next step because they're afraid of this negative things that they have to deal. So, how do you find your center, or how easily someone can practice that and have that unwavering attention on the path that they're taking?
Very easy, Anna. So very easy. So all sorts of meditation, breathing techniques, they're all done to. It's like a simulation, simulation of the
Okay.
externalities, manifested world. So with every inhale and every exhale, I find my center means just focusing on the breath. Inhale, exhale. No need to control, no need to hold, elongate, nothing. This is not a particular yoga or pranayama session, but it's just as it is, whatever's happening. You just bring your attention to the in breath and the out breath. In breath and the out breath. So the simulation of the externalities is thoughts will come, emotions will come, and you're drifted away.
Yeah.
You're drifted away. Again, as soon as you remember you're drifted away and you were supposed to observe the breath, as soon as you remember this, non-judgmentally, without wasting any further moments, come back to in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath. And this is how you train.
Okay.
This is how you train even the sword of discernment. You just train. And initially it'll be in 1 minute you go for hours. In 1 minute you go for hours, you lose hours, and then you realize at the 61st minute that okay, I was supposed to observe the breath. As soon as you realize that, come back without beating yourself up. Again, train. So 1 minute becomes 2 minutes, 2 minutes becomes 20 minutes. It becomes hours, it becomes days, it becomes so natural to you that you are always at the center. Once this simulation, you have mastered this simulation, something externally changes.
To the real world. So
no need to apply it also.
Automatic.
It's normalized.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that is
center everywhere.
That is a difficulty faced by many, and also something that I face when I sit for meditation. I know, like, there are many ways of meditating. You can observe your thoughts, or you can just focus on breathing patterns and stuff. But often you think about something and you get lost, and maybe it's too disturbing for you. You just stop meditation. But I think it's with practice and with some discipline, I think people can get better at it, right?
Like any craft,
Principle.
sharpening your sword is also a craft.
Same principle. Persistence and discipline. Okay, now let's talk about the final poem. It's called Magic of Now. you know, obviously. So you say, so let me stay present, let me be, let the universe guide and set me free. For in this moment, I'm fully aware of the beauty and magic that's always there. My question, this is a pretty famous statement, stay present. But I think if you want to be, like, this is my personal opinion, I can be wrong, and I also told you that I'm going to play the role of a dummy, so I can ask anything without nachke. So I think in order to be successful in life, you have to think about your past and correct the mistakes that you made, and also have, yeah, you have to also think about future, what you want to do, and maybe plan things for that. So I don't know if you can truly be present always. So that's my question, and what's your thoughts on this?
So when you're retrospecting the past or imagining a future or planning or strategizing a future, where is it
So
happening?
that I agree. So present is the only reality, past is in our memories, future is in our projections. But can we, so yeah, that I agree. So we are in present and we think about the past, that's true, but we are still thinking about the past and not maybe just existing. So yeah, maybe I got it wrong, and yeah, please continue what you were saying.
So as soon as you
Yeah.
realize that this is the only reality, like experientially, not intellectually, when the thinking of about the past or imagination about the future is happening, it stops.
Okay.
Just you can try it. You can try it right now. Right now. Now, is there
No.
something? So it's as simple as that. It's just because something we can call it identity of Amogh, Venki. Identity as in as a bunch of thoughts, some history, and the environment Amogh or Venki, the body and mind is at. This is the identity, and if something interests that identity, your attention goes. But even that is happening in the present. But as soon as that attention realizes it is in the present, everything else just like a balloon popping, like that very instant it just goes and you are at the center. You are at that the same space when you sharpen the sword where you look at it.
Okay, got it. Totally got it. Like I hope people who are here and who will probably watch it later also gets it. And I think some of these questions are like universal questions. These questions I know many of my friends wants to know answers, and they also struggle with this. So yeah, thanks for all the explanation. Now,
but was it like crystal clear? I'm
for
not
me,
even saying clear.
So yeah, my next question. So it's like asking a mother to name her favorite child. But is there a favorite poem for you from the book?
I don't know why people ask this question to me, and
I controlled.
Really,
I did not want to ask, but I said, okay, let's ask. There's no harm.
But there are a lot of favorites, but I would like to again call out the first poem that came through this was the first poem also here. It's called A Prayer to the Holy, which was a powerful admission to my master. So my master is, okay, wow.
Okay.
So he's Muji. And the very reason I came to Germany or Europe, I chose Europe was, so well, I would also like to tell this story. So once I came back from the Himalayas, so a lot of Swamijis had their eyes on me to continue their lineage.
Recruitment happens there also. Okay, this I did not know.
So my parents and my sister came up with this strategy of sending me abroad, stating that the strategy was by my sister. So she strategically came and she said, Amogh, you love traveling. Why don't you explore
Okay.
Europe?
Oh, this was before Germany.
Yeah, this was 2 years,
Okay.
1 year before
Okay.
Germany. And then, that identity of back then got the attention drifted. And right now I'm here. But the reason I chose Germany was, one was tuition fee was not there, so that I am not, and you don't have to think of burdens, loans, and all that. I want this to be free as possible. And the main reason was staying close to my master, Moji. He lives in Portugal here. His ashram is in Portugal. That's the reason I came. And the time prior to the Holi came was in 2019 November. And it had already been around 2 years since I came. And prospects of me meeting my master, my father, was nowhere seen, and I was growing. My frustration was growing insanely, and that was a powerful admission. I was literally.
Your audio is lost. Okay.
Can you
now
hear me
it's
now?
better. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So I was just bashing at my master. What is this? I've come here for a reason, and nothing's coming to fruition. This is not fair. And I was all sobbing. And sobbing, I went to bed. So the next morning, for me, a lot of things, the way I saw things had changed, and I had an urge. That was the first thing I did. Start scribbling. And the scribbles went on for maybe 20, 30, 35 pages of continuous gibberish. And after that, I also had an urge to make it shorter. But still, it was still in a long form point. And second, after a few weeks, I think, I was down with my first COVID, 15 days. And after the 15 days, again, I had the last but one poem, This Space, that came as it is. What you see there, that came as it is.
Awesome.
Zero edits. And only after that I had an urge to rewrite the first poem, and then the concept of making it a full form, long form book came. Till then, nothing was.
So when you wrote those first 35 pages, you just wrote it, like you did not think of a book or something?
Yeah, those were just like journaling, just pouring out whatever happened after me sobbing and sleeping, and whatever I saw. But still, I had that distance feeling with my father. So if you see Prayer to the Holy and This Space, whatever I have requested my master in Prayer to the Holy, that came through this hand 15 days, 20 days later. So it's like in any movies also, I'm also very much interested in my craft of writing started with screenplays and novel writing. So in that, so initially there's a flawed character or a character with a goal, and the character arc is complete when the protagonist fulfills his dream. So that happened already in 20 days, and everything else was filled.
Okay.
The story arc, ups or downs, so ellano it came later.
Awesome. Yeah, nice story. I think people who joined just now, yeah, I'll share this live later so you can hear what Amogh said earlier. And also we still have couple of things like audience question, rapid fire, and then also like I said in the beginning, Amogh is going to sing for us. So yeah, stay back. Amogh, next I have couple of questions that my friends wanted to ask. I think these are pretty loaded questions. I don't know if it's same for you. But yeah, let me begin with the first one. So, did his awakening? So his mean here means you. So did his awakening happen spontaneously, or was there a lot of suffering through sadhana? If sadhana, how long did it take? So I don't know what sadhana means. So maybe explain what
Okay.
sadhana is and then answer the question.
Wherever you are, this is for you. How long was the sadhana? Lifetimes, and maybe lifetimes. Was it spontaneous? Once, as soon as something like so-called awakening is just using that sword and cutting everything that appears, every falsehood you cut off, and truth is just present because you're not able to cut it further. So as soon as that happens, everything which you believed you had done, you will know that was the biggest falsehood one believed in. And everything is spontaneous, simply happening by its own accord. So, was my awakening spontaneous? Well, everything is spontaneous. Everything is simply happening. The book simply happened. This question in you simply happened. This answer is coming simply.
Yeah, it's spontaneous.
It's coming. So it's like, I also mentioned this in one of the previous interviews. It's somehow consciousness asking about consciousness. That is the questioner asking about the consciousness. So consciousness answering consciousness. So this body mind answering consciousness about consciousness. So
Nolan
a lot of people Nolan tara ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ but was
no,
it
no,
over
no.
your head?
I get what you mean. So I have this one question because I don't think if I understood it correctly. Like what exactly sadhana means?
Sadhana is any form of, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ focusing on the breath.
Okay, it's a process. Sadhana means process. Something like process.
ಇಲ್ಲ don't load it with spirituality. ಬೇಡ, simple for spirituality for people in a hurry. So let's keep it simple. ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎನಿ ಸಾಧನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಧನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ, ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ ಅವನು ನೋಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, what does it truly mean? It means somebody has relentlessly persevered through thick and thin with whatever they are determined to. This is sadhana. Simple words. No, let's not load it with religion, spirituality. Beda. So some people will just block a possibility to chop off everything and see what is left. See what cannot be chopped off with that sword of discernment. So adene sadhana andre. So ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಿಮ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಬಿಡೋದ್ ಬೇಡ.
That answered the question. So second question, this again is very loaded question and my favorite actually. Does God exist? And if so, why do people who are devout in their prayers, like most people in the world, still experience immense suffering? Is there a reason or purpose behind their hardships? Or is it like God doesn't care? Could their suffering be connected to the concept of karma? I think this is a question that everyone has at some point of their time. Like when you see a year-old kid die of cancer, you think like, why God, why? So what's your thoughts on this? Yeah,
So either the first part ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
does God exist? And if so, why do people who are
ಸಾಕು.
devout in their prayers still experience immense suffering?
Okay. Does God exist? For does God exist, the question, I would simply say, forget about God. Use the sword, sharpen your sword and chop off things and find out for yourself if God exists or not. You need not have to believe,
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
you will know if God exists or not. You will know
How
what
like
is.
you say, like it's a very simple thing. How do you find out if
See, I first told you how to
yeah,
sharpen
yeah,
the sword. Like any research, why to find out something truly, you have to remove all the preconceived notions you
true,
have about something. So which brings you to the
yeah, true.
unbiased witness of
Mm-hmm.
that experiment. So this is an experiment you're
Mm-hmm.
conducting. Does God exist? This is the experiment. Okay, na? So God means different people get different, our concepts. So first of all, ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ
Yeah.
ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ನ ಶಾರ್ಪ್
Mm.
ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬೈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಸೈಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್
Okay.
ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಡನರಿ
Okay.
ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಏನೇ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ
Okay.
ಶಾಂತವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಚ್ಚಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಿದ್ರು, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು
Mm-hmm.
ಶಿಮರಿಂಗ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಶಾಂತತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದ್ ಅಲೆ ಎದ್ದೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಪಸ್ಸು ಅದು ಓಷನ್ಗೆ ಸೇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲೆ ಎದ್ದೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಓಷನ್ಗೆ ಸೇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಓಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲೆಯಿಂದ ಅಲೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು. ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ವೇವ್, but we identify ourselves, slowly start identifying ourselves as the ocean,
Okay.
with the sharpening of the sword. So
Yeah.
anyway these are the
Mm-hmm.
side effects. So along with that, you will be able to cut through falsehood
Okay.
easily with that sword
Mm-hmm.
of discernment. And if you do this, and if you're not able to cut something, some people call it God. Find out for yourself if you're truly curious about the question, if you truly want to find the answer, or if this is just a mental fiddly wiggly.
Yes.
Then you can only go so far. Your the intensity of, or the burning you have to find the answer will make you sharpen the knife, will make you cut through all falsehood and see if something is there or not. And suffering part bandre, I think I will be doing this piece in Hamburg. So we are planning to write. We just want to get some funding. So the piece would go like this. Dance piece, a contemporary dance piece we would like to do. I'm already writing a concept of that. So ಇವಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ರೋಕಾಸಮ್, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಕಾಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಎರಡು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ರೋಕಾಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Venki is the macrocosm. So inside Venki, there are unbelievably source of microcosms existing inside. So Venki feels like having an ice cream. So Venki eats an ice cream. So inside suddenly ice age is happening. And now Venki feels like having our Brussels Hote currywurst number 12. So number 12 Brussels Hote currywurst is extremely spicy. So as soon as he has that, so global warming, full global warming, full swing. And there are debates going on in the microcosm that global warming is a hoax, climate change is a myth. The climate change doesn't exist because it happens in cycles. ಆಮೇಲೆ Venki sneezes, so earthquake happens, and Venki gulps 2 liters of water straight in the morning, and tsunami happens.
Yeah.
So our understanding of, so now again we Amogh, Venki, XYZ, humans or other species, microcosm. If there is something as a macrocosm.
So okay, I got it. So you're saying the suffering might be something caused by this macrocosm.
No. I'm not saying anything. This is just a concept of what I'm about to say.
But it's very nice. Like ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ತರ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಫುಲ್ ಸೈಫೈ ಮೂವಿ ತರನೇ ಇತ್ತು. So it's nice.
Again, use the sword of discernment. Make this a hypothesis and try to experiment. If what happens is,
sword of discernment is something that I'm going to carry with after this conversation, because you have stressed upon it many times, and I think I'll research more about it and learn more about it.
Hey, you won't get that came now.
Oh yeah, okay.
It was okay. Yeah. It is just for Venki, and
then I'll just review the entire video again and try to understand it. Yeah.
Sure. So again, suffering happens. Whenever suffering happens, just asking for whom it is happening, who is the sufferer, will instantly, just like as soon as you remember the present. So suffering happens is either you are imagining a non-existent future and worrying about it, or you're brooding over the past that has long happened, and you're bringing it in the present and focusing your attention there. So as soon as you realize this, you do not have to even say, hey, let me be in the present, let me be present antanu helak bekagilla. As soon as you realize, okay, this is happening, ale ella shanta agbidutte, all the waves just subsides and there's this calm waters. So actually we take things so for granted. ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಸತ್ಯನಾ ಅನ್ನೋದೇನೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನ ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆಂಚುರೀಸ್ ಇಂದ ಮಿಲೇನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂಚೂರು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೈಪೋಥಿಸಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂಜಾ ಆಗಿ samurai of truth ಆಗಿ.
Nice. Like lot of self inquiry going to happen after this, like with myself. I don't know how useful it is for others, but I'm learning a lot, and so far super helpful. With that, I think
but ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ, is God the something which we all have to question ourselves, is our idea of God. So is God something which we remember only when something goes wrong? When we are happy, when we are confident, overconfident. Nane aham brahmasmi. That is the most, aham brahmasmi is the most misunderstood and misinterpreted, miscommunicated
Okay, I knew
phrase.
it as I am God, so it's not that. Is it that? Oh,
Correct, it is that, but what is I am? What does I am mean to you, and what does God mean to you matters a lot when in this phrase
okay.
you just uttered. So I am God ane. Aham brahmasmi. ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋ ತತ್ವ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಬೇರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನನ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನನ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದೇನೆ, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಇವನ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ, ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್. ಇದು ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟೋಫರ್ ನೋಲನ್ ಮೂವಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನನಗೂ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಟಿಲ್ I used this word to find. So everything. ನಾವು ನಮ್ದು ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರು ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರು ನಾನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲಿನ ಕೋಟಿ ದೇವರು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈಸ್ that entire song is, if you listen with the sword, it is pure Advaita Siddhanta, pure non-dual philosophy he speaks of.
Awesome.
So yeah.
So with that, the audience question is over. I think we serious conversation about spirituality, life, and in general. Now we'll move to truth. Okay. Spirituality is, so spirituality is truth anana illa spirituality is different, truth is different. How would you put it?
Both are names. Both are just fingers pointing to somewhere. Walking where the finger is pointing is important than holding on to the finger or having any attachment to the finger, or even the path. Even the path you should not be attached. You just get to the destination, finish your job, and
okay. So like I said,
master or God or ellano, master, God, everything are just means. They are not the end. They are just means trying to help you find the truth. ಒಂಥರ ಆರ್ಸನಲ್ ವೆಪನರಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವೆಪನರಿ, ಸ್ವೋರ್ಡ್ ನ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ these things are to sharpen the sword. These are the means. Yeah.
Okay.
Never get attached to these concepts or the master's personality.
Understood. Yeah, like I said, after some serious discussion, let's move to something fun. Rapid fire round. So fast ಆಗಿ answer ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Not
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ weak.
That's the challenge. So take this as a challenge. Fast ಆಗಿ answer ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Hopefully there is no controversies. I hope there is no controversy. But yeah. First question. Your favorite genre in books? Fast.
Non-fiction.
Name a movie that you think is overrated because you like movies. Yeah. It's okay. ಯಾರು ನೋಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
No. It's not about. I learn something from every movie, so it's very underrated on me to speak.
Coffee ಅಂಪರ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿದ್ಯಾ ಪಕ್ಕ. Okay. I'll not put you in spot. Let's move on. Okay, this is actually a controversial question. Mom's food or wife's food? Okay, Akshata, ಇವತ್ತು ಅಡಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಬ್ಡಬ ಚಲ್ಬೇಡಿ. Mention one thing that annoys you or bothers you the most.
Misinterpretations and misunderstandings.
Okay.
Annoys it's like it feels sad. It doesn't annoy me. It brings sorrow and it feels like doing something.
Yeah, misinterpretation is like pretty common, and it can like spoil relationships and stuff, because if people
that is the root of all misery and
exactly misinterpretation. True. So next question. So this is just yes or no question. Can love survive without action as a mere feeling? Yes or no?
that depends on your idea of love.
Mm-hmm.
You mean romantic love, huh?
Just
Romantic
keep it
love
like
or
general love. Love can be mother love.
yeah,
It can.
yeah,
It's just mere
yeah,
feeling.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Now tell me what comes to your mind when you hear these words. Again, fast. God man. God man.
yeah. God, man. The one who helps, tries, at least
Okay.
tries to
Relationship.
in
Relationship.
sharpening the sword. Very important. Very
Greed.
important. Greed. Uh,
Okay.
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
I don't want to put words into your mouth, but yeah, maybe not important. Or do you think greed is needed in some level? Because if you don't have
Uh,
greed, like
if
what will you do?
then when the doer is gone, for whom is the greed? That's why it's so hard for me to answer this because for for whom does greed appear?
Okay.
ನನ್ಗೆ ಆತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ greed ಅಂತ when
Mm-hmm.
everything is happening. For whom is it appearing? I'm like I'm endorsing an idea of
Mm-hmm.
illusion by endorsing this answer by answering
Yeah.
something like this. So ಇಲ್ದೇ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಏನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಕಲರ್ ಹಾಕಿ
Okay.
ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ತರ. It's like coloring something
Mm-hmm. Okay.
non-existent.
Final word, spirituality. Now I know the answer, but give me one more word or whatever comes to your mind when you hear the word spirituality.
Label-less.
Okay, perfect. That concludes the rapid fire. Unfortunately, no controversies were created. I'm sorry, Karan Johar, but yeah. How did you feel like so far?
Nice. Absolutely. I can say, Venki, this must be your first, but you bring in so much joy, and the answers that came happened because you were open for that. Ivaga, for anything to happen, there should be a room. And my master also says this a lot that the answers come depending on where the what the understanding of consciousness for the questioner's consciousness is at.
Mm-hmm.
So it's beautiful that such questions because sword of Ido very new and few other things
Yeah.
was very new,
Mm-hmm.
ninja, samurai. So thanks to you, really. It was complete pleasure,
Awesome.
absolute pleasure. And I really because yesterday you told you don't probably this would be your first
Yeah.
and
Like
last
I did
such
not.
interviews, but I really don't want you to
Okay.
stop. Really don't want you to stop because you create that room and it's more than anything, it's such a joy to
Yeah.
talk, to talk to you and please don't
Yeah.
stop.
Like I said,
That's
the
my
reason
only
I
request. And
said that was like I just wanted to do this informal talk with you. And when I was creating the poster, I thought maybe I'll give it a title because it sounds professional and stuff. And I gave it a title and put that poster. And then actually, many people asked, so if is it next thing that you're going to do? I'm like, no, I'm not sure. I just wanted to do this one. Let's see. Like you said, everything is spontaneous. Maybe I want.
yeah, everything is spontaneous. That's what even the
Yeah.
name, the Venki vibe. If you see closely with that sword, you
Yeah.
see it just happened. So adena agate. You just don't stop what is coming and don't hold on to what is going.
Understood.
So,
Now that we have saved the best for last,
I
let me take out my weapon.
don't know if it would be the best or
Anyways,
not,
I
but I
think
will
people
try
are
to do
nice,
my best.
or at least the people who are going to see this are nice, so they'll not judge us. Yeah, Amogh will sing a song. Do you want to say about song? Or explain about song? What for non-Kannadigas maybe what the lyrics mean or
Oh, this is a beautiful song from a very beautiful movie, very contemporary movie, which is shaking the very, the ideas one had about what cinemas should be. So this song is about yeah, actually even in one of the poetry there's one this thing, when I met my father is very
Okay,
similar to
okay.
this one. Endo bareda kavite salu. So it's like in my book there's a poetry which speaks of what happened to me when I met my father. So similarly here, this is about a love story about two
Bromance,
brothers or
basically,
two
in the
best
movie it is
friends.
depicted, it's used for showing the bromance, which doesn't quite often because of, you know,
Well, bromance is also very misinterpreted,
yeah, yeah.
misunderstood word. So I use that term
Mm-hmm.
very carefully. So that's what they say, how there's a tyaga in tyaga, but not tyaga. There's also selflessness.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, truth is always an interplay between the two extremes, the two
Mm-hmm.
polarities. So it might seem
Yeah.
selfless, but it is a selfish act. So, and one more thing, this is again this song in particular has the answer. If you look closely to the question
Mm-hmm.
you asked, does love uh, as a
Can
feeling,
he
does it
survive
just
without action and just
flow,
as a
or
feeling?
can
Yeah.
it survive? So, because there is an interplay of
Mm-hmm.
selflessness and selfishness, like
Mm-hmm.
all other polarities, there's an answer for that, for your question. If you watch carefully, if you read again
Mm-hmm.
the lyrics, you will find that
Okay.
answer there.
Got it. So audio clean ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಗಿಟಾರ್? Okay, like we
Yes,
discussed, due to
yeah.
technical issues, I am going to reduce the volume, so I will not hear anything that you're
Yeah.
saying. You just, yeah, Amogh is going to do all the heavy work. He'll match the tempo and try to sing. And people, since this is a live session,
Please
please be
forgive me if
kind to us. Let me reduce the volume and Amogh, yeah. Let's,
yeah, sure.
can you hear?
Yes,
No,
yes.
I can also hear you.
Yeah.
How do I completely mute? Can you? Oh no, you can't mute. Okay, I can still hear you. Hopefully, it is not too confusing for me.
ಎಂದೋ ಬರೆದ ಕವಿತೆ ಸಾಲು ನೀನು ಊರ ದಾರಿ ಬೀಸೋ ಗಾಳಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಲಿವೆ ನವಿರಾದ ಕಥೆಯೊಂದನು ನೂರಾರು ಹೆಸರಿನ ಸವಿಭಾವನೆಗಳ ಹೆಸರಾಂತ ಸಂಕಲನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಎಂದೋ ಬರೆ
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
ಇಲ್ಲ
by your
ಹಂಗೆ
reaction,
ಆಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಾ
I got to know this.
ವಿತೌಟ್ ಗಿಟಾರ್
Yeah,
ಹಿಂಗೆ
yeah, I
ಆಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಾ?
think it's better. So he thought of this issue, but yeah, if it's not working out, just try it without guitar.
Yeah. La 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 la. Na 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 na. ತುರುರುರುರುರುರು. ಎಂದೋ ಬರೆದ ಕವಿತೆ ಸಾಲು ಬೊಗಸೆ ಹಿಡಿದ ಮಳೆಯ ನೀರು ಊರ ದಾರಿ ಬೀಸೋ ಗಾಳಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಲಿದೆ ನವಿರಾದ ಕಥೆಯೊಂದನು ನೂರಾರು ಹೆಸರಿಡದ ಸವಿಭಾವನೆಗಳ ಹೆಸರಾಂತ ಸಂಕಲನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಎಂದೋ ಬರೆದ ಕವಿತೆ ಸಾಲು ಬೊಗಸೆ ಹಿಡಿದ ಮಳೆಯ ನೀರು ಊರ ದಾರಿ ಬೀಸೋ ಗಾಳಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇರಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಚಾಲಿ ಹೂವೆದೆಯಲಿ ಜೇನು ಅನುಭವಿಸದೆ ತಾನು ದುಂಬಿಗೆ ತಾನೀಡೋ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯವೇ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಣ್ಣೊಲಗಿನ ಬೇರು ಕುಡಿಯದೆ ತಾನೀರು ಚಿಗುರೆಲೆಗೆ ಉಣಿಸೋ ತ್ಯಾಗವದೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ.
Super. We should have probably done this without a guitar. But anyways, yeah, Amogh, like, to be frank, I had a great time, and also it gives me a lot of joy and inspiration when I see people following their passion. So you have inspired me a lot.
Thank you. Same with you. Right from the start, I don't know, even when the time you didn't know me, but I know you from the stories told by my roommates, ex-roommates Ramdas and Venki, Chetan. So you, without you coming in your radar about me, you had already inspired me, put that seed of inspiration. So it's
this
very
interview
mutual,
is probably the culmination of everything. Yeah.
True.
I have, before ending the session, one final question. What is that one change that you want to see in the world?
Nothing, actually.
You think world is perfect as it is?
Are you talking about your world or my world?
Okay, it's a question for you. I'll say your world. Okay. Like,
nothing.
When you talk about your world, so are you not disregarding? So there are other people included, right? Not people that you don't know also. So if there's like some general thing that you want to see change in the world, like in whatever you see in your everyday life.
Again, if you use this word, you'll find the answer for this. Well, let me not brush off your question like that. I use this word so much so that the world as we see through a collective thing, it is not there anymore. And even the world as Venki sees it, or A sees it, B sees it, witnesses it. Using this word, try finding if that truly exists. And then the need to change the world or not change the world, and the sufferings of the world, by the world, for the world, you will see if there's any meaning even to utter such words. Just use that word. I can describe or even write books like this. So actually, even this book is something, a tool to sharpen that sword. And this book is not saying anything. This is making you sharpen your sword. So describing will only give you another idea to believe in. You can either believe in or not believe in. But what is coming through my voice is trying to do is to find out for yourself whether such things. I could have said something, Venki, Anna, but it's hard for me to say because I don't want to endorse falsehood. As I said, something that brings sorrow to me is misinterpretation, misunderstanding, and me becoming a Raya Bhari or the torch holder of that falsehood doesn't
Okay,
believe them. So
understood. Understood.
to what I'm speaking, or to what this has realized, whatever it has
I
been.
just like clarity of thoughts. So you don't want to say anything for just saying sake, and I respect that. So I totally get it. No problem.
But I also want to make it very clear that I'm not brushing off this
Yeah.
this off
I
my
don't think
shoulder.
anything that
Meanwhile,
because you explained it pretty well. Yeah.
meanwhile, I somehow my master always says one more thing. He says, be the evidence that there's beauty and joy and happiness
Mm-hmm.
that exists in the world. And once you are on a
Yeah.
journey to make that
Mm-hmm.
happen, you will see only beauty,
Mm-hmm.
joy, and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, all of these words itself will become redundant as soon as you start using this word
Okay.
bit by bit.
Understood. Awesome. So yeah, for those who joined, thank you. I'll share this live later so you can watch it
Thank you.
later.
Thank you.
But yeah, if you haven't read On My Way to Infinity, please do. Like I said, you might not connect with all the questions or all the poems, but you will find yourself in a
Yet,
book. Yeah,
when you're reading,
yeah,
but
can
you will definitely,
definitely be the
with rereadings,
first step towards your journey. So, like Amogh, I said, keep inspiring, keep killing it with all the things that you do, and yeah, ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಿ.
thank you, Anna. Thank you. ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಡಿ, please.
So,
Please don't stop.
bye bye. Take care.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you. Bye bye.